Hi Capricorn, this is going to be your February Sun, Moon, and Rising video. I have a new setup here with my recording, so you won't see the name of the video up in the top right corner anymore, and it won't have my website address. So you can, let me see, something happened. You can look for my web address down in the description box below if you want to book a reading with me. If the Capricorn Sun doesn't resonate with you, feel free to look back at your Moon and Rising sign. This has been hell for me. So let me turn the camera around and get started with the reading. I spent several days trying to work with the program, the old program. It just wasn't acting right, and so I spent 6 hours digging around with it, and I still couldn't get it right. So I asked for my money back, which they gave a refund on it. But let's cut the deck. It put me way behind is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the first card down is the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, the Magician. I haven't seen him in a long time. It's kind of blurry, I know. The Six of Pentacles. Next row, the Three of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Strength card, and last card, the Ten of Swords. So what is over the entire reading? The energy of the entire reading is, we have the Lovers. I haven't seen that card in a long time either. So what do I have? I have 1, 2, 3 Pentacles, 2 Swords, 2 Major Arcana, a Wand, and a Cup. Let me start in the center. I have the Five of Wands. Before I start, I would like to say that the coins are interpreted as either finances or the doing of something. The swords are either thoughts, beliefs, perception, ideas, and communication. It's on a mental plane. The wands represent your focus, your passion, your desire, your determination. Cups just represent how you feel about something. And then you have your spiritual lessons, which are the major arcana. So this may have started last month. It could be going on right now. It could go all the way into the middle of next month. Not the middle, but next month. And I have the Five of Wands. And fives always represent terse kind of energy, ups and downs, discordant energy. And here we see the Five of Wands, which traditionally it represents play. But the way I interpret it is everybody's arguing and trying to get their point across. There are at least 3 people involved in the situation because I have 2 threes here. I have 3 people here. I have 3 people there. So I don't know if it's about a romance or a business situation. But 5 of Wands can be somebody who is playing head games. They are doing one thing and saying another. So the card counsels to have all the facts straight and don't engage in battle with anybody. I like to say I don't engage in a battle of wits against an unarmed person. So try to stay away from fighting. Keep a cool head. Let everybody get their 2 cents worth in. But it's important to have the facts straight. And then and only then can you, I suggest you speak up if that's what you have to do. The cards are read past, present, future. Past, present, future. And the interplay of the cards. So on the top row, we start with the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles is about, it's a 7, so it means a stop and pause in action to think about what you're doing, have done, and what you're going to do next. And so the 7 of Pentacles is basically waiting for the harvest to come in. Okay? It's kind of like you're waiting. Perhaps you have been working hard and you haven't seen any type of pay to equal what you're working, how you're working. Unequal pay. It can be about not getting the recognition that you deserve. And so you're kind of waiting to see what happens before you pick up this 7th pentacle, because an offer will be made to you. See it at his feet. And so before you can take it, you have to decide, do you have enough energy? Do you have enough, can you fit it into your schedule? Can you even tend it on your bush? And the magician comes behind him to say that yes, there is a new thing about to happen, but the magician is a card of mental energy. So this is about new projects, learning something new. Look at the card. He has on the table every suit of the cards represented. There's an Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. So it's about gathering all your resources. And don't mean just financial resources. Everything you have to bear on the situation to come up with new ideas. But sometimes the magician can be a tricky person. He can be the kind of person that makes you believe one thing when he's really conning you out of another. The 6 of Pentacles is a 6, and it speaks to balance, harmony, and love. And in this card, it represents charity, philanthropy, giving, receiving karmic rewards, like you have given all the ways to groups and organizations or people, and finally someone is going to come along and help you. Sometimes it can be about receiving inheritance, but I also call it the player card. Player. Because in the card, someone is getting everything and someone is getting nothing. So this asks you to balance how you give and take. Okay? The next card, the Three of Swords, is saying that you have been hurt emotionally. Maybe someone said something about you, it stabbed you in the heart. It's an attack on your feeling center, an attack. It talks about tears, but the thing about the Three of Swords is a 3, so that means that there are at least 3 people involved in the situation, and that there will be delays before future successes can be realized. But the thing about the Three of Swords is that it has a sense of vision. It says it may hurt now, but it won't hurt later. It's only a 3. And if you have been waiting on some kind of news, Three of Swords says that news is on the way. We go over here to the Queen of Cups. Even though this is a Capricorn reading, anybody can take on the qualities of any suit. So to me, this is about you being all in your emotions, thinking about what has occurred. The arguments, the fights, the separation. Sometimes the Three of Swords can presage a separation or breakup of a relationship, even a business relationship. It just doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It talks about bitterness and disappointment and resentment. So that's you all in your feelings, feeling what you feel. But then we have another 3. Remember, I think this one is connected to the pentacle at his feet, because 3 of coins represents an opportunity to build something new. It's building the cornerstone. It's talking about negotiations. It's talking about coming together with someone. And if you can look here, that's a nun and a monk, and they are holding the plans. And they are talking to the craftsman. So sometimes this is about some kind of craftsmanship that you may be into. But his craftsman is standing on a bench. He is elevated a little bit. That means he has a little more knowledge and skill about the situation. So they're asking him, can we do this? Do we have enough money? We like to change plans. Can we change the design? Can we change the design? Okay. And interestingly, we have the Strength card right here. And what's interesting to me is that the laminate right there above her head is also the same laminate that is above the Magician's head. So the Magician is saying, anything that I can dream up or think up, I have to put it into practice, make it actual practice, so that I can bring about like a magic trick. And nobody knows what the Magician has gone through to bring about his illusion. He spends hours and hours practicing until he can literally make it like magic. So the Strength card is an 8, and 8s are positive numbers. They are karmic numbers. They usually represent money, but sometimes an 8 can be about a delay or obstacle. And this card counsels you to look your fears in the mouth, in the face. Look at her. She just happens to walk over to the lion and open its mouth. She's looking it dead in the mouth. She doesn't have a whip. She doesn't have a chair, a gun. She doesn't have to force the animal. So this is about being gentle, mostly with yourself, being gentle, being kind, but having the strength to face whatever the adversity of life is, or the problem or situation. And then it ends with a 10 of Swords, which says to me, it went from a 3, which I told you wouldn't last long, all the way up to a 10. There's 7 swords in the middle of that. And the 10 of Swords says that this is the darkest before the dawn. The situation has reached a crisis point and will soon be over. It also speaks about ambushes, someone stabbing you in the back, literally. And I call this the overkill card because you only need one sword well placed to kill somebody. This says 10. So either someone has said something or done something to you and you feel betrayed. And that's a hard thing to get over, but the 10 of Swords doesn't last long. It's not like the 9 of Swords or the 8 of Swords where you're thinking about it all the time. It says this is over, or it soon will be. It also speaks about traveling around water, by water, near water, over water, a long journey. But we come to the Lovers card. And the Lovers is usually interpreted as the soulmate card. But I caution you because soulmate relationships are some of the hardest relationships you will ever encounter. They're not all lovey-dovey all the time. Sometimes it's true, but most times it's not. The Lovers card is about a choice. And you have to remember, when you make one choice, it opens, choice is like opening one door and closing another. And you have to be conscious of what the consequences are, because one door will open and another will close. So the card counsels you, the Lovers card, to think long and hard about what you want to do, what choice you want to make, because it will have far-reaching consequences. Even here, from the 7 to the 3 are 5 pentacles. From the 6 to the 3 is 9 pentacles, or 3 pentacles. And here the Magician comes in and you lose a pentacle. And someone either tries to help you, but the help is, I don't think, it's painful, it hurts, and then you feel stabbed in the back. I don't know. This is a strange reading. So why don't I look and see what extra messages I can pull out of the cards. I can't look at the Queen of Cups because traditionally she is a person. So that leaves me the 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords as it relate to the Magician and the Strength card. The 7 of Pentacles. And I can't forget this implied 7 of Swords here. So, the Seven of Pentacles. The card is about choice. Indeed. It says, do not worry, be overly anxious if a delay or postponement takes place in regards to some financial negotiations. All is going to plan, so use this time constructively to plan your next move. That may be what this guy is talking about. Six of Pentacles. Next to the Three of Swords. It's asking you to look to ways to relax, de-stress, and take your mind off of your work and career. It brings a message to look after your own health and well-being. The Five of Wands. It tells me nothing. The Three of Pentacles. Next to the Three of Swords. It may be an indication that some loss in business or finances is inevitable. You are asked to be prepared to make the relevant and necessary changes. It can also indicate a clash of personalities within a work environment or a situation that may bring about disagreements or an inability to compromise. That's what that is. I keep hearing a lot of people back and forth arguing. And next to another number 3 card is an indication that hard work and some obstacles will present before completion of successful work and rewards. And now the Ten of Swords. It tells me nothing. Except, let me see. No. It doesn't tell me anything. But the Ten of Swords could also be a warning about someone who wants to control over another for their own gain. They have been insecure within themselves and feel the need to possess or control another in an effort to appease the ego. But one thing I know about Capricorns, no matter what the situation is, you always find a way through. When everybody else is arguing and making noise, you sit back and you watch and you look at, is there an opening for you? Tenacious is what I call it. The Ten of Swords may be telling of the conclusion of something that has caused a great deal of pain and anguish in the near past. Whether it be in a relationship or a business situation, the Ten of Swords implies that the crisis point has been reached and things will now be resolved and things will now improve all around. It may be foretelling of a long trip or journey to come. It could be depicting a trap or ambush-like situation and tells of unexpected negative occurrences. So let me look at that Ten of Swords because it's an outgoing energy. It's the last card down. And I say that it doesn't last long. The implied Seven of Swords can be not that just that someone is lying to you or spying on you. It could be simply that you're not paying attention And that if things aren't going your way, it's up to you to figure out how to make them go your way. Especially if you're in the cup energy. So let's look at the Ten of Swords and see what it can tell me, if anything. I'm going to start over here with the Three of Swords because they're both just out of order and it doesn't feel right. Three of Swords first. Speranza. This is about hope. It also says you are somewhat protected, but not to give up hope during this time. The Il Nemico. Now, the Il Nemico is somebody that you know. It's not an unknown enemy. And usually, the first person that you think of, this card represents. So it can be an ex-boyfriend, an ex-husband. It could be a boss. Someone who is always trying to undermine you. That's the word. He tells lies to get what he wants. Bambino. So this is about something new. Like maybe this person, like you tried to do something new, but he took it away from you. A new situation. And I think that's why the argument has come up. Ten of Swords. Lamante, male, lover. So maybe you do have somebody that tries to help you, but he can be like a brother, a friend, an acquaintance, somebody who is apt to help. But he's singing to an empty window. The conversation. And this card talks about negotiations of any kind, but usually it's done around a table where you drink tea or you have friendly company. Donati. So, in this instance, this is about money. It's about possessions. But it's also about secrets because the paper locked in the safe. But the card is in the Suit of Cups in this deck because for the most part, when people argue, they argue about money. So this means it's either something very valuable to you and you feel some way about it. I don't think that this situation will end like the Ten of Swords. I feel that it's going to work out okay. That can't be true for everybody. That's why I recommend you get a personal reading from me. It can't be true for everybody. I'm reading for a lot of Capricorns. But I do feel that the Strength card is your key to handling the situation with class. Just face whatever your fears are. If this is telling somebody what you think or how you feel about them, before you walk out the door, You have to do that. Okay? So face your fears. And that's what I have for you for February 2025, the reading. And now we will pull a Golden Nostradamus card. Whatever it is, it's a thorny situation. See that mountain there? It reminds me of a shark's tooth. It's a thorny situation. The anchor. Don't dream of pie in the sky. You can only fall when flying high. Continue along your path and don't veer off the beaten track. Change will not be favorable at this time, and you are not ready. You should decide to be cautious and balanced. Let me read it again. Don't dream of a pie in the sky. You can only fall when flying on high. Continue along your path and don't veer off the beaten track. Distractions. Here with the Five of Wands. Change will not be favorable at this time, and you are not ready. You should decide to be cautious and balanced. And you can't do that if your emotions are all up and down. You have to have, your emotions have to be right. And so that's what I have for you, Capricorn, for February 2025. So good luck.